Valentina Shevchenko in black takes the center of the octagon. Joanna Jędrzejczyk wearing that Polish red. Southpaw versus Orthodox fighter here.
Valentina's a very unique mix of Muay Thai and traditional martial arts as well. You know, you see a lot of the way she throws her kicks. Sometimes she throws a Muay Thai style, but sometimes it looks like Kyokushin or Taekwondo.
Yeah, she's got a snap on it when she wants to, and she spins and throws axe kicks and hook kicks like a Taekwondo or karate practitioner.
And then again, she's got fantastic grappling and clinch work. Her takedowns are excellent.
She's just truly, she's a martial artist.
Yeah.
Whatever she needs to do in the sport of MMA, she's going to go out and seek it out and train her best for that particular art form. Beautiful takedown, Joe.
Right into side control. The strength of this woman.
And that's in thinking about this fight, I feel like that is just where this fight was more guaranteed for Valentina to get this fight to the ground. She's shown that she's got very good wrestling, and just when she gets on top, her control, she's relentless. Look at that squeeze. She's not letting Joanna move at all.
Well, she was this way at 135 with these bigger women. You see her down here now at 125 against a woman who fought at 115, and the strength difference is very evident. Also, the grappling experience.
Right. 7 career MMA wins by submission for the 17-time World Muay Thai and K1 champion Valentina Shevchenko.
She's tying her up in a crucifix. Joanna rolls. She gives up her neck, though. Oh, big knee.
But she's up. And that's one thing Joanna, she does really well. She does find the ways to get back up to her feet. She pops back up. She avoided any major damage there, but Valentina's staying right on her. She's looking for that.
She's got the head, but she could lose her. Okay. I was going to say, that's a tricky situation when you go for that headlock. You give up your back. But Joanna's not really a jiu-jitsu player. She just wants to get out of this.
She's trying to create space, push off.
But even if she does get out of this, she knows now that this girl's got a grip like a crocodile, slams her to the ground like that.
Yeah.
This is going to be in her mind as they exchange.
Oh, she's looking for that inside trip. Some good judo from Shevchenko.
Good everything.
Yeah, right?
And she's complete.
Pretty good job there by Jędrzejczyk to stay upright. Just over 2 minutes here to go round 1.
Valentina's got double underhooks here.
Gotta wonder if part of the game plan for Shevchenko too is just wear her out. Joanna's got such a fast jab, straight punches down the middle, make her grapple in the first round. She knows she's got 5 rounds to work.
Well, also, if there's anywhere that Valentina has a marked advantage, this is it. The strength, the clinch work, and the grappling. And most certainly the submissions. I mean, the way she submitted Juliana Pena from her back, I mean, nobody expected that, except maybe her camp.
Jędrzejczyk offers up a couple knees, but Shevchenko staying heavy here up against the fence. Referee calls for more action. Just over a minute to go.
Big shot on the break.
A lot of energy expended in that clinch on both sides.
Joanna shake out her shoulders there, but she still looks pretty fresh. She hasn't really committed to any of these punches yet. She's throwing out a lot of feelers.
Even the way she's throwing her kick, she's not rotating her hips over. The lead right hand of Valentina is one of her best weapons, and that really was evident in the Holly Holm fight. She used that beautiful right check hook. Oh!
She is fast. She doesn't waste any movement, Joe. She gets just out of the way of some of these leg kicks from Joanna as well.
Final 10 seconds of the first round. Combination from Shevchenko. Jędrzejczyk unable to find the range as yet. for Valentina Shevchenko, now 5 minutes potentially away from finally becoming a UFC champion.
Joanna's corner pleading on her to test her. Look at that, nice right hand. To really push her endurance. She said she's in excellent condition. Nice front kick to the body by Joanna.
Joanna clearly appears to be the fresher fighter here. You've heard Mike Brown often talk about Joanna having the muscles engaged the whole time because he feels like she can do it. She has the conditioning to go 25 hard minutes.
Well, you're seeing that. I mean, she's amped up her pace in the 3rd, 4th, and now 5th rounds and looks completely fresh. She doesn't look tired at all. But the strength of Shevchenko is the difference here. Even if she's getting back up, she's constantly on her, knocking her to the ground, getting control, but having trouble here in the 5th.
She's had a hard time taking Joanna down consistently.
Yeah, and she's slowing down. You can see that here in the 5th round. You gotta wonder, is it the cut or is it just Joanna's conditioning is that good?
It also could be her approach, that everything she does with full power.
So tense.
Yeah.
Shevchenko running a little bit of clock here in the clinch. 3.5 minutes to go. Now Todd Anderson calls for more action from Valentina.
Yeah, Valentina's just holding on here.
Yeah,
this
is definitely stalling.
Yeah, this is a fatigued fighter.
And Joanna's staying busy. Even if they're little teeny rabbit punches, she's still working. She's scoring
Referee's going to separate them.
Well, I agree with that.
Yeah, I do too. I do now, so I want to see it.
All right, back to the center. We'll see what Joanna can do with the separation. Lands a flush right there.
Ooh, slip?
Yeah, no, it's just feet tangled.
Both women have very nice front kicks to the body.
Ooh.
All right, let's check in on that ATT corner. Mike Brown and crew cornering Jon Jacek.
Little closer, little closer. Come on.
Get ready, move your head in the cross. Move your head in the cross, catch her. Cross, move your head, cross.
Oh, much less steam on that back kick now.
Close the distance, 3-2. Think too high, something big.
Less than 2 minutes now to decide the UFC Women's Flyweight Championship. Joanna continuing to try to force the issue here late. Beautiful stick by Shevchenko.
We could be in a situation here where Joanna has to land something big.
Yeah.
The takedowns, the control in the clinch, the power of her kicks and punches. She could be well behind in this fight right now.
Based on how it's going, it would have to be something crazy, Joe. It would have to be a big head kick or something like that, a spinning back fist.
And Shevchenko starting to let it go here a little bit late. Under a minute now to go. We'll see if Joanna can circle out here.
Nice knee from Joanna.
Final 30 seconds of the fight.
Oh, there it is again. Woo. Oh,
nice
man.
right hand.
And Joanna just pressing forward, though. Look at this.
Oh. She got touched by a spinning back fist there. Final 10 seconds now. So Valentina Shevchenko and Joanna Jędrzejczyk go the distance with the scorecards. We go inside the octagon now to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the contest 49-46 for the winner by unanimous decision and new undisputed UFC Flyweight Champion of the world, Valentina "Bullet" Shevchenko.
Ready? Valentina, you ready? Let's go.
Jessica Eye is in blue, Valentina Shevchenko in the black and gold, befitting a champion.
Right away, hard kick to the body. And that southpaw stance really opens up that back power kick of Valentina's. There it is again.
No, that's 2 big kicks to the body.
And there's a third one. She's getting lit up already. And she's stepping in and winging very telegraphed punches. She blocked that one.
Yep, she's got to do that. And she'll block him as long as she's not overexerting herself, going forward too much.
Shevchenko with a body lock and a high amplitude takedown.
Eye's got to try to recover guard. She shouldn't give her back to try to get back up. She's got to start forcing Valentina down towards her leg so she can then slide her right leg back inside. Recover half guard and then go to full guard. There you go, now she's in half guard. And she's got the underhook on the left side.
She's got to scoot her hips towards the left side.
Yep.
And try to use that underhook to get back up to her feet.
But I mean, do you want to get back to your feet after taking 3 massive body kicks like that from Shevchenko? And in an area where you know Shevchenko really does thrive.
Well, she thrives down here too. That's what's scary about her. There's really not a weakness in her game, and she steps over into side control now, and now to full mount. Nasty. Jessica's utilizing that right leg. Good job.
Oh!
Very good job.
Looked like Jessica Eye, maybe, excuse me, Joe, tapped the back of the head of Shevchenko, but we continue.
You thought she tapped?
She just tapped the back of her head, but I think it was just a quick arm movement.
Yeah.
No, not tapping out. I just...
Oh my goodness.
You scared us, man.
Sorry.
You want to get excited. Yeah, you want to get excited. Shevchenko's doing a great job of controlling the position. Real short arms, keeping Jessica flat on her back. That's one of the key to top grappling. Making sure your opponent isn't getting to their hip. If we're grappling, Joe, you got a left underhook. You got to get to your right hip in order to start getting up. As long as I keep you flat, I can control you. That is what Valentina's doing right now to Jessica.
Valentina's being very patient here, taking her time. But she has her right leg trapped. She's punching her in the ear here, real close range, little short shots to the body, but nothing big. She's trying to initiate movement. She wants Jessica to open up so that she can create space and free up her right leg.
What Valentina's not seeing is that if she just starts to drive Jessica over to this side, she can then start to slide her knee up out of that position. But Jessica Eye has her in that lockdown position.
Yeah.
That can just keep you kind of stuck. Valentina needs to use her opposite leg to go under and post it. Kenny Florian showed me this because I used to get locked down a lot. Bring your right foot under, the same side right there, and then you lift up with the leg that's trapped, and then you go right, it'll slide the leg out because you make a post on the bottom of that lockdown leg.
Well, Jessica did a really good job here to get to full guard. So good defensive maneuver from Jessica. She's adjusting her hips. She's looking for elbows from the bottom.
Now, this used to be such a great position, but now I think it invites people to get out. You put them towards the fence, they just use it to stand up. Look, Jessica Eye's doing it, right? Valentina actually put her there.
Yes.
And she used that fence as a shield to get back to her feet. But she's got to clear one of these underhooks. As long as Valentina has 2 underhooks, she can advance to the next position. There you go. Right back down.
Shevchenko with her second takedown on as many attempts here. Less than a minute now, round 1.
But this time clearly into side control, and she's not
Watch the back of the head. Watch the back of the head, Valentina.
She's not going to give up that left leg so easily this time. particularly now that she knows that Jessica wants to lock her down. So, she's shifting her hips. And it looks like she's going to move to the mounted crucifix position. She's slowly going to try to advance to where she can get the left arm of Jessica in between her legs and then trap the right arm with her neck.
I mean, you talk about the physical strength of Valentina Shevchenko, and you see it in this position. I mean, Jessica seems stuck under her.
She's a
not able to really move.
There it is.
There it is.
Fully trapped, and this is a very, very difficult position to get out. Lucky for her, she doesn't have much time. She got her arm. She might tap here. Oh, look at that. Jessica reverses it.
Round two, let's go.
Well, that first round's got to give Jessica a little bit of confidence. She survived a submission attempt, reversed the position, got on top at the end of the round, and didn't really sustain too much damage other than the big body kicks at the beginning.
Clearly, Eye in outstanding shape, barely breathing heavy after round one.
Oh, she ate that one hard. I mean, that sounds like someone is slapping the bag with a baseball bat.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, head kick. It's it.
Valentina Shevchenko with a huge highlight
That's
tonight.
terrible. That is a terrible head kick. Her legs are shaking.
Oh, my God.
She is out cold. I mean, that was a perfectly placed head kick.
It was the body kicks, man. She had taken those body kicks, so watch her hands. When she loaded up, she's thinking body and
shin to the dome.
And you can't take shin to the dome, man.
And that was a bad one. As you see her legs twitch, and she's still unconscious. Let's take a listen to it. Wow. I mean, that is one of the most brutal KOs we have ever seen.
It's crazy. Look at Valentina's coach, right? He's like he's more worried.
Yeah.
He looked like he was worried about Jessica instead of just up and celebrating. It was crazy.
Jessica is
she's still down.
Completely unconscious. Still lying flat. She hasn't moved a muscle.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Rob Madrigal has called a stop to this contest at 26 seconds of round number 2, declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC Flyweight Champion of the world, Valentina "Bullet" Shevchenko.
Yeah, that's right, she did. I'm not sure if I agree with that.
It's time to put that to the test, isn't it?
Carmouche said that she's evolved, she's day and night, she's got way better. But as you just said, Shevchenko hasn't evolved. To be honest, I don't think she needs to.
Underway here for the UFC Women's Flyweight Championship of the World. Carmouche is a plus 700, 7-1 underdog in the gray. Valentina Shevchenko minus 1100 as the huge favorite in the black.
And this is a moment for Carmouche now to validate her entire career. All those hours in the gym, all the sacrifices, riding a bike, being broke, living off frozen noodles. If she can pull this off tonight, it makes it all worthwhile. Of course, it's not going to be easy, but as I said before, Shevchenko is a human being, and it only takes one good shot to turn the tide.
We'll see what the game plan is. Carmouche kind of saying she can go anywhere with the fight. Didn't want to picture how the fight would play out. Just pictured her hands raised at the end of the night.
If you see Shevchenko, what she doesn't utilize a lot of footwork, that's because of the Thai boxing. Thai boxers stand there and, you know, they don't dance around the place. What Shevchenko's doing, she's letting Carmouche come in, and then she looks to counter like she did a moment ago. She timed it perfectly. Carmouche threw a couple of lazy shots. Shevchenko came back with 2 or 3 missiles.
Low kick there for Shevchenko. For Carmouche, she heard rumors that a title fight was possible. Didn't think that it would come to fruition this quickly, and was scheduled to fight in San Antonio a few weeks back, but started training for a 5-round fight just in case. So she feels more than prepared.
And the thing is, you can hear the silence in the arena because they know, they are waiting, because they know if Shevchenko explodes, we could see something incredible. So the anticipation, you can feel it in the air.
No shake there for Carmouche, who has stayed at distance and backed off 2 minutes into this fight. 5 possible rounds here for the belts.
Carmouche's done a lot of conditioning for this fight. She says she's stronger than ever. She always trains for 5 rounds, done a lot of sprints, took the strength and conditioning to the next level. As I said earlier, brought in a variety of good sparring partners, lots of southpaws. Very happy with the way her camp's gone, and she looks in incredible shape.
San Diego Combat Academy, where she trains and teaches, part owner there as well. So kind of a new wrinkle in her career of owning, operating a gym, and also being a fighter, but telling me a couple of years ago that she's kind of figured that out after needing some time off. She's fought her way to 4 of 5 wins in the UFC and route to a title shot. Body kick there from Carmouche.
You know, the hard thing for Valentina is because, you know, she's so heavily favored. She's the champion. You know, some people, they can let that go to the head and then they step off the gas a little bit in the training camp. They start to feel their own hype. Of course, I'm not saying she's done that. I'm just saying, but that is the temptation and the problem with being the champion and being so well respected. You know, but she's a lifelong martial artist and she loves this, you know. And she doesn't talk trash. She's just matter of fact in the way she talks, because she truly believes in herself, and for obviously very, very good reason. But she's so matter of fact about everything she does, from the way she talks, the way she describes her training, her skills, her opponent, and just basically anything in life. It's very refreshing to see.
Well, you mentioned it, lifelong martial artist. She began Taekwondo when she was 5 years old. Her mother, Elena, is the president of the Muay Thai Federation in her native Kyrgyzstan. As a flurry in the center of the octagon. Kickboxing at 12, she knocked out a 22-year-old opponent. That kind of put her on the map a little bit, and then made her mixed martial arts debut at 15 years old. Here she is at 31, the UFC Flyweight Champion, and looking to defend. Final minute of the first round.
Yeah, we're still in the first round, but you know, Carmouche is doing okay. She's not being outclassed. She's going in and out. She hasn't landed anything particularly significant, but she hasn't taken any significant shots either. She's done a good job. As I say, the in and out movement is key, but when you move out, you know, you can't land your own shot, so it is a defensive style. But as I say, so far so good.
Each patient and knowing that they have 5 rounds to work, so they won't rush into anything. Final 10 seconds here, this first round. Each finding the range. Second round is straight ahead. And it's Michael. And now we are underway in the 5th and final round.
Yeah, in the corner of Carmouche, they're saying, listen, I know you can finish this fight. And they're right, you know, it is possible. And Carmouche should take, you know, a lot of solace in the fact she's here in the 5th round, you know, and she hasn't taken too much damage. It's not an easy thing to do to make it to the 5th round with Shevchenko, you know, so the fact that she is here in the first place and now she's in the final round, that's got to give her a lot of confidence. And with that confidence, have the courage to put yourself in harm's way, you know, to go for it and look for the finish that the coach said, because he's right. She is capable of finishing this fight. So is Shevchenko, though. But it's 5 minutes. Shevchenko's way ahead on the scorecards. Carmouche has got to do something risky, something dangerous, you know?
Back to the center they go on the feet. Carmouche's corner asking her not to wait as time runs low. Just 4 minutes left here. Charging in again, she leads with that Superman punch. Firing quick shots.
Yeah, the speed, it's beautiful to watch. It really is so fast.
Trying to grab a leg.
Yeah.
Carmouche grabs a hold of the leg.
I mean, she's in deep there. But Shevchenko's naturally the bigger person. You can see that, and she's going to be stronger. Pushing down on that head. Perfect takedown defense so far. There we go. Now she's going to transition to the side, get her in turtle position. There we go. Carmouche Granby rolls, rightly so.
Operating from full guard is Carmouche. Next Saturday, the UFC 241 prelims get the evening going on ESPN. In the featured bout, rising lightweight prospect and Contender Series alum Devontae Smith battles the resurgent Clay Collard, plus Rafael Assunção, Corey Sandhagen. Fantastic bantamweight scrap. It's the UFC 241 prelims. They come to you at 8 Eastern next Saturday night on ESPN. Under 3 minutes to go now as Shevchenko continues to apply pressure from up top.
There's a little bit of pop in those heel strikes there. You could hear that. Now here we go. She's kind of squaring, rotating her hips here. That looked like she was going to try and attempt an armbar. You know, listen, you know, there's a lot of submissions from the guard, and, you know, a legitimate black belt can pull them off. You never know. She's got 2 minutes here. Of course, Shevchenko's in the better position. She's on top, but Carmouche, with her style of jiu-jitsu, this is exactly where she wants her opponent.
Well, Liz Carmouche finding mixed martial arts and beginning training during her final tour in Iraq. She was in the U.S. Marine Corps for 5 years, proudly serving the United States. And this her 20th pro fight all these years later. But she is running into what others have in the flyweight division. Valentina Shevchenko, who has just been dominant since the UFC opened that flyweight division.
Yeah. In terms of control for Shevchenko, she's doing it absolutely perfect. I know the crowd want blood and guts and strikes and elbows and big, massive shots, but if you're trying to control an opponent on the ground and not let them get back up, this is exactly what you do. You keep them flat on the back, you have chest-to-chest pressure, you don't give them an inch to move, then you use the bottom half of your body, whilst your shoulders and your chest pin them down, you use your legs and your feet to combat what they're doing with their legs. So you use your instep and your feet to push and get your legs free, then you get to side control, maybe you work to mount, and then you look for the strikes, then you look for the elbows, a submission, or generally look to finish the fight.
Final minute here as Valentina Shevchenko putting the finishing touches with more than 7 minutes of top position. 4-1 the advantage in significant strikes. And just an all-out dominant performance over these 25 minutes. Final 30 now. Well, for Liz Carmouche, she opened the door for women fighting in the UFC along with Ronda Rousey. Came 6 years ago, her last crack at a title. Well, she waited patiently for 6 more years, but she ran into one of the best to do it. One of the baddest women on the planet, Valentina.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have it 50-45. Your winner by unanimous decision, and still UFC Flyweight Champion of the World, Valentina "The Bullet" Shevchenko.
She's been pretty ice cold here this week too. Not at all phased by the atmosphere of her first UFC championship week. We'll see how it goes for her. Chookagian in the blue with white, Shevchenko in the black and gold, befitting a champion.
Shevchenko has a really nice spin kick that she lands up when you start attacking her lead leg. She brings the leg in and and spins on it. It's very clean, so keep a lookout for that if Chookagian keeps attacking like that, trying to keep that weak side angle.
Chookagian feels like she's got a great 5-round style. Went 5 rounds in her 6th pro fight to win the CFFC flyweight title back in the day.
Valentina is doing a very smart thing. She's just pressuring her, but not throwing much. She's trying to gauge. She's trying to look for her range. And Caitlin's trying to get comfortable, find her range, find her distance, and see if she can utilize that reach advantage. But you see how she's a little bit hesitant and extending.
Hard to blame her. Left hand is there for Shevchenko.
Shevchenko is about as technical as you're ever going to see a striker in all of MMA. And a great example of that is the Holly Holm fight. She found Holly's distance early on and started landing that check right hook, and it shut most of Holly's offense down.
Everything about her is calculated, technical. Spinning back fist lands for Shevchenko. Loaded up on that left hand.
Oh my goodness, she's swinging for the bleachers.
And because she's a little shorter and she gives up the reins, what she does, she's just waiting for Chookagian to just touch her, and then you'll see a 2-3 punch combo right after that following her. And that's what she does so well with her counter. She waits for just a touch and then 3-4 punches ending with a kick.
It's also, there's such grave consequences to making an error with her, because she really can shut the lights out, particularly with her kicks.
Nice little sequence there for Shevchenko. Chookagian attacks that lead leg of Shevchenko effectively there.
Brutal leg kick right there.
Yeah, you can already see the redness around that knee area on the lead leg of Chookagian.
Question mark kick just missed. She's trying to find the range.
Well, the fact that she's landing 3-2 and then ending with a low kick, that low kick is the rangefinder. That's what she's touching her with at the end of these 2 punches. So that's the beginning of her finding her range. It's going to take a little bit longer, but Shevchenko's finding it. You're seeing her get closer and closer with every counter. Those help with her range too. Leaning back when Chookagian kicks, things like that help her with her range.
And Caitlin has got to do something to get her respect. She's got to catch her coming in. And if I was Caitlin, I would think about maybe let Valentina lead. Valentina likes to counterattack. Let her lead, let her attack. I mean, oftentimes you see when a fighter is a counterattack. There's a good shot by Caitlin. And a nice takedown by Valentina. Full guard by Caitlin Chookagian.
And Shevchenko has now taken down all of her UFC flyweight opponents. Showed some serious physicality there and made it look easy, and getting Chookagian on her back. 1 minute to go, round 1.
Caitlin has such long legs. If she utilizes a high guard here, right now she's, whenever you see someone cross their foot like that and use a triangle from the guard, that's a non-offensive position. That means they're just trying to hold someone in place. And, you know, that can be just a temporary thing, or it can be that they're looking. Now she's a high guard. She needs to grab that ankle. As she pulls that foot up like that, she's got to grab that ankle to secure that position. She's got great leg dexterity and great flexibility, and that can come into play, but she's got to utilize it. But Valentina, again, very technical. Notice she does not put her hands on the mat. The hands are always on the chest. She doesn't give any opportunities. Caitlin keeps utilizing that high guard, but she's not getting anything off from it.
Oh, sliced her right open.
Oh, my goodness.
Nice elbow.
Wow.
Could easily drip into her eyes.
It's usually worse if it's right on that eyelid. So being above the eyebrow can kind of shed some of that blood off the eye, but it is a tough place.
There's a good leg kick there by Caitlin.
Beautiful kick to the body from Valentina.
And there's no telegraph from that. It just fires off. It's such beautiful technique.
I see a big speed differential as well so far in this fight. I mean, Shevchenko has a speed advantage from what I can see so far.
Yeah, and a lot of that comes from the physical strength. You know, she's got the fast twitch muscle fibers, and she can explode. There's that beautiful spinning kick to the body you talked about.
She times it so well when you start touching her lead leg. That's how she finds her range on it, and that's the counters I'm talking about. She just waits for you to touch her. She's got a ton of weapons.
And you can see her work those drills on the bag, and then you see Caitlin try to do it, but Caitlin's having a hard time with that left leg. You can see it's not working right. because of the kicks that she's already absorbed on it.
Right.
And there's another one.
When you watch Shevchenko land these spin kicks, the inside kicks, this is her having range and Chookagian not.
Yes.
That's the difference that you're seeing so far, is Chookagian can't find the range. And that's what Shevchenko said is the most important, is finding her range, and she's done it. Chookagian doesn't have hers.
And when you notice Valentina's movement and footwork, it's so purposeful. Like, her feet, her heels are always off the ground. You notice that? She's always on the ball of her feet. She can adjust instantaneously. Slide out, slide in, whether to counter or whether to avoid.
It is amazing. Got me watching her feet. Those heels don't touch.
She's one of the very best at it. Always light on the feet, never flat-footed. She's like, if you want to mirror yourself or mirror an athlete, a great mixed martial arts athlete, she's one of the best to do it because everything is technical.
They were unable to close that cut between rounds, but it doesn't appear to be affecting the vision of Chookagian as yet. Under 3 minutes here to go in round 2 of a possible 5. John Jones, Dominic Reyes waiting in the wings.
Ooh, beautiful inside leg kick. Blocked the kick and then countered and did real damage. And Caitlin's looking for, I mean, she's not giving up. She's trying to find some success, but even when she's throwing those kicks, she's not really extending. She's worried about the counter, so she's pulling out. Like as she's throwing that round kick, she doesn't quite have the ability to touch her, and then she's getting punished. This is why the odds makers had her a 14-to-1 favorite. I mean, this is what this is.
Oh, Shane, that one.
Oh, my goodness.
That was perfect.
She's axe
Kick now. Under 2 minutes in the round, all Shevchenko here.
Shevchenko has the timing and the range completely now. And this is where it starts to get tough for the ladies who fight Shevchenko. When she gets her rhythm and her timing, and she starts landing her takedowns too, now she has the fight and she has the momentum, and this is where she starts to get better and better.
And now she's in half guard on top. I mean, she's clearly dominating on top. Excuse me, dominating standing up, and now she's got her on the ground, on her back. Not a lot of time to work, but enough to get off some more nasty elbows. And she's looking for one right here.
Yeah, work on that cut potentially.
Part of the reason you're seeing Chookagian eat those elbows too is when she does that body triangle from the bottom, she's flat on her back. You're not on a hip, so you can't roll your shoulders and block yourself. You're just open for big strikes. And right now you're seeing that Shevchenko has that 3rd point pressure on her chin, so she can't move her head side to side, which makes it hard to move to your hip. Yes. So she can't move her hips or get her body moving, and Shevchenko's just got that pressure and sticking her head to the mat and just keeping that top pressure. Very good.
And that's nasty pressure on her chin there. The way she's doing that with her forearm in the back of the neck and then her shoulder digging under the chin. Caitlin's having a really hard time getting out of this. Valentina keeps shoving that forearm there. Now she's back to full guard. Good adjustment by Caitlin. She's got to reach up and grab one of those legs and secure that position. If she does that, okay, there she goes. But she's got, maybe she doesn't know how to do it. She's got to hook. She's got to underhook one of those legs and pin it down on the neck. That's the only thing that's going to keep Valentina from posturing up. See, she's lifting her legs up by themselves, and they keep sliding back down. You can do that in the gi. With no gi, it's very, very difficult unless you're grabbing it and going to what they call mission control.
Right. Fight.
Wish we had that cut man for the Diaz fight.
I don't think it would have helped. There we go. Caitlin got off that shot.
That's what I'm talking about, Caitlin. Let you throw that attention.
Nice knee.
Now Chookagian thought about going guard.
Straight to a trip.
Interesting. Crucifix position. Very bad for Caitlin. Very bad.
She very much accepted that takedown. Didn't try to fight it at all. Well, this is what happens.
She was trying to pull guard and accept the takedown, and then she stopped doing that, and then Valentina made the adjustment. Now it's a terrible position. This easily could be the end of the fight here, and it may very well be.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
And still the best in the world by a mile
Jacob Montalvo has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 3 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC Flyweight Champion of the world, Valentina Shevchenko.
For the undisputed UFC
Ready.
women's flyweight belt, Jennifer Maia is in the white. Valentina Shevchenko is in the black and gold, befitting a champion. An early connection for Shevchenko.
She has a beautiful counter right hand. And from that southpaw stance, she can land a headlock.
Look at
nice
this.
headlock by the champ.
Takedown. Very interesting. Maia landed a good right hand in that exchange.
A powerful right hand and an immediate change of levels by Shevchenko.
And let's see what Maia's offensive guard looks like here. She's holding on to the arms with double overhooks here. And let's see if she attacks.
Well, the one thing you learn right away when you're doing jiu-jitsu is not to put your hands on the mat, on the opposite side of someone's guard. Maia's keeping her there.
Yes.
Let's see if this is a tactic in order to try to find a submission.
Yeah, this is not a good position for Valentina. It's not a good place to be. You really never want to do that. I mean, it's almost showing disdain for the offensive capabilities of your opponent to put your hands on the mat like that.
You usually keep the hands in the armpits. You usually keep them tight. T-Rex arms is what we call them.
Yes, that's
in
what
the
we
gym.
call
Keep
them,
the T-Rex arms so that they can't attack submissions.
Cyberpunk 2077, available December 10th on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and Stadia, rated M for mature.
So far, Jennifer Maia not making any attempt to make her pay for that, just holding her.
Locking her in place with her guard.
Defensively, yeah.
Locking her in place with her guard, locking her with the overhooks, trying to just keep Shevchenko very close so that she can't land anything of substance from her guard. Very surprising that Valentina took her down so early in this fight. You would think that she would want to keep the fight standing, but as you know, Jennifer Maia is very powerful and she hits real hard.
Yeah, she might have wanted to slow her down and gas her arms out a little bit. And she did land a very good elbow there. And remember, she cut Caitlin open with an elbow. Valentina's loading up for it again. You can see it right there.
Every time the hands start to come inside.
Yep.
Once the right hand comes inside, when she gets under the arm of Maia, she throws that elbow over the top. She's doing a good job of controlling with the left arm. She keeps him down pinned. She keeps Maia on her back flat with the left arm, and then she starts to pummel inside with her right hand. And the moment it comes free, she tries to drop an elbow.
But it sounds like she's beating a drum there.
Are there microphones underneath the octagon or something?
There must be.
There must be microphones down there, right? There's microphones
like
under there because it sounds like there's no way that she hits that hard, you know?
Herb Dean watching the action closely.
Look at her trying to sneak that right arm inside. She'll sneak it inside, try to posture, drop an elbow, but she never tries to go crazy and lose her position. She's just damaging Maia, but maintaining top position and really good top control.
Interesting how Herb Dean is just letting them work from this position. He's the best in the business. Just keeping an eye on it, making sure they're trying to improve. And it's very clear that Valentina is doing that. She's trying to land those elbows.
Just over a minute now to go in the round. Shevchenko so mindful of her energy expenditure, not just in fight, but during fight week.
John, and notice how she always keeps Maia square. She never allows the hips to slide to one side or the other. She always keeps her square right in front of her, because as long as you do that, there are no real submission attempts. If they're going to try to hit a triangle, they've got to shove your arm down through one in, one out. If they're going to arm bar you, they've got to clear a hip.
Yeah, Maia keeps adjusting, but it looks to me like she's adjusting for a body triangle, which the only thing it's going to do is limit the movement and the breathing of Shevchenko. It doesn't really offer too many offensive opportunities other than a guillotine and maybe a Kimura. But most guys would let go of it.
Every time Maia clears a hip at all, you'll notice Valentina just take a short step to whatever side she moved to try to look at that. You see that? She covered her again. The moment she tries to clear her hip, she covers the hips and keeps her right in front of her.
When you see that since she doesn't have a submission locked up, that's a purely defensive move with the body triangle.
J.A., you know what's so impressive is that Valentina Shevchenko is up 3 rounds to 1, and we feel like she's had a tougher fight than normal. It hasn't really been that tough.
Right.
Here's the clinch by Jennifer Maia.
This is what she needed to do earlier. This is what she needed to do last round.
Interesting that she got it so early. Plenty of time to work here. Oh. Oh, nice elbow on the break.
Yeah, might have even opened up Jennifer Maia.
Beautiful kick.
Oh, man. Now she's starting to go off.
Oh, and Maia returns fire.
Beautiful right hand by Maia.
Notice how Shevchenko never puts her heels down the ground. She's always on the balls of her feet.
Always ready to explode.
And now Shevchenko really turning it on.
But look at this, though. She falls into the clinch.
This is kind of what you expected the fight to look like. Valentina blitzing and landing strikes, and Maia trying to force clinch positions to slow her down. But what we got was mostly Valentina wrestling, and now in the 5th round, she's starting to really let her hands and feet go.
Battle for head position here, just over 3 minutes to decide this one.
Atenção esse joelho. Vamos tentar botar pra baixo o joelho. Bora, 3 minutos, joelho. Bora. Pressão nela aí. Vamos botar pra
And
baixo.
for Maia, clock would not appear to be your friend here.
Oh! She tried to arm sprint her there. She got desperate trying to get a takedown. She hasn't been able to take her down on the leg attack, so she tried an arm spin to try to rotate Shevchenko over the top of her.
Where is the blood coming from? Because there's blood all over the left leg. Is that coming from the face of Jennifer Maia?
I believe it's Maia's nose.
Well, she was getting pieced up before she got back to this clinch position. And there was an elbow earlier, John, right along the hairline that might have cut her a little bit, but probably a nosebleed. Look at how Shevchenko changes her level to lift her underhook. And yeah, it's the nose of Maia getting all beat up now. She's getting battered.
Might be a broken nose for Jennifer Maia, but she is fighting through it. And certainly her gas tank does not appear to be an issue in what has been a grueling fight at times.
Oh, man.
Right over the top, right to the target.
Looking for the wheel kick.
2 minutes now to go.
I mean, Valentina Shevchenko is so fast, man. And everything comes exactly where it's supposed to come from. She's not looping anything that isn't supposed to be looped. When she throws the overhand left, it's because that's what she intends to throw. She's not one of those athletes that kind of closes her eyes and just throws anything out there.
Back to the fence we go now. About 1.5 minutes to go.
Oh,
look at that.
Beautiful.
Pulled her into that elbow. So perhaps the strategy was to grapple early and let the hands and feet go late.
She throws such a nasty left body kick. She starts to wear her opponents down by just beating at the breadbasket.
Yeah, she goes to the body, and then when you expect it, she goes to the head. Oh, look at that. Jennifer Maia up the middle.
Shevchenko has landed 92% of her 62 attempts to the body tonight.
Jennifer Maia just connected with a very good left hook. Again, in these exchanges, when Shevchenko exits the exchanges, she exits to her right every time. And Maia is countering with a left hook. Ooh, right hand that time.
Oh, right hand by Maia there.
Man. Oh!
Oh, my goodness.
And a late body shot from Jennifer Maia.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest 49-46 for the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed flyweight champion of the world, Valentina Shevchenko.
All right, flyweight title fight is underway. Nemiroff bold character since 1872. Andrade is in yellow. Shevchenko in the black and gold, as befits a champion.
Watch Andrade try to circle off to her left to make sure she's away from the left kick of Valentina Shevchenko. We've seen Valentina fold people with the body kicks and then put them to sleep with the high kicks. She's in that classic Muay Thai stance, up on her toes, bouncing, trying to land.
Crowd voicing its early support for the champion, Shevchenko.
For Andrade, it's going to be very difficult to close the distance and to figure out how to close the distance, whether it's going to be with kicks, whether it's going to be with, look at that, beautiful one too.
So for Andrade, Joe, you know she likes to kind of bulldog you. But if she can't bulldog you, how is she going to win a technical striking battle against Valentina Shevchenko? And therein lies the problem. Because when you try to bulldog Valentina, she's such a great counter striker. But if you stay at range, she will just pick you apart.
Early takedown for Valentina.
Immediate takedown right into side control. And that is the thing with Valentina. She can do it all.
Yep. And that was one of the areas that she was happy that people saw Jennifer Maia hold her down, so that they have this false sense of her not being able to wrestle.
Right.
She said, I like them to think they have an advantage, but they don't have any. None. She feels like they have no advantage.
Yeah. Just as calculated with her words as her actions, but not a great sign for Andrade early, getting taken down with relative ease twice.
Oh. Let her go and look for the high kick on the break. But you're dead right, DC. The thing is closing the distance. She's running into a buzzsaw. And she's running into one of the most accurate counter strikers in the game. And look at her footwork and motion. It's just, she's always in position to launch. Oh, look at that.
You got to think, Valentina stood for 25 minutes with Amanda Nunes.
Yes, twice.
Right? Twice. 15 minutes the first time and then 25 the second time.
Amazing.
So she can stand with anybody.
And she can stand with, that's the biggest knockout puncher in the history of the sport in women's MMA.
Andrade investing in the body here early. You saw that huge body shot that closed the show against Shevchenko her last time out. And DC, she wanted these clinch situations.
You can see Andrade's right eye already is getting blacked. It's getting blacked up already.
Yeah.
Valentina's just taking her down at will. She looks so much stronger than her in the clinch.
That's one of those areas where I think people underestimate Valentina, is her size. She is massive for 125, but she's just a bit too small to go up to 135. But at 125, she's huge.
Oh, she's on the chin already. Andrade is in real trouble.
Yeah, she's in trouble, but the angles seems to be a little bit off, Joe. Andrade is trying to stay calm, stay patient.
Nice job by the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Andrade to get out for now. 90 seconds in the round.
What a start for the champion.
My goodness.
And it just shows how unpredictable her game is. You know, you think that she's just going to stand and strike. She clearly had an advantage in her distance and her timing, and decides, nope, I'm just going to ragdoll you.
Shevchenko mixing up the knees. Nice cutting angle on that one.
I love the way Shevchenko is controlling and hiding her right arm. By hiding her right arm, it never allows Andrade to turn and circle back into her. If she starts to get shallow on that left side, Andrade can start to circle and not be at risk to be put back down on her back. If Andrade tries to reach all the way over, Valentina can just bear hug her and put her right back on the mat. Right here. She should just squeeze now, step and squeeze, and she'll put her right back down. There it is. You can't reach back whenever they're hiding that right arm deep.
And look how beautifully she steps over with her right leg to pass into side control.
5 takedowns in round 1 for Shevchenko.
We have never seen her wrestle this much, John. She's never been so wrestle-focused early in a fight.
She knows you like wrestling.
I know, I love it too, man. Let's see how it affects Andrade going forward. Because I'm sure Jessica didn't expect that either.
And punishable under law. Round 2 here of a possible 5, Shevchenko and Andrade.
She's got such a beautiful check hook off the right hand as well. She showed that in the Holly Holm.
Look at beautiful throw there.
My goodness.
Crowd appreciating the volume takedowns and the style points, high amplitude there, 6 for 6.
I mean, this is where we thought Andrade would have the advantage by trying to wrestle Valentina Shevchenko, but she is getting beat in this department.
I think Valentina's making a point here. And it's what she said coming into this fight. She said, this girl has nothing for me.
Yep.
And I think she wants to show her that by beating her at the only area where we thought Andrade might have an advantage.
It was a big if, but Andrade said to us Thursday, if I can work the clinch, tire her out a little bit, work my takedowns, but nothing. I mean, huge strength discrepancy.
I mean, Valentina seems so much bigger and stronger than Jessica Andrade. And I really do believe that it starts with her inability to pursue. She really needs to be pursuing in order to wrestle offensively, to land her strikes. She's constantly at range, and when they engage on Valentina Shevchenko's terms.
And what's terrifying here for Andrade is she knows if Valentina doesn't employ this strategy, she's even at more of a disadvantage.
Yes, because she's getting pieced up on the feet.
And she could clearly get knocked out.
Under 3.5 here to go round 2. It has been all Shevchenko thus far.
I mean, other than Amanda Nunes, she is one of the real one-strike knockout artists in women's MMA.
Here we go. This is where Andrade shines at times. Let's see if she can lift like she does so many others to get takedowns here. You saw her try to get that lift off. Shevchenko did a really good job of forcing her leg back to the mat. Wow.
Immobile.
Nothing.
Like that's big. That's big. That is very discouraging if you're Jessica Andrade.
If you're Andrade, DC, and you go in with a clear strategy and game plan, do you deviate given the way things have played out?
I think she needs to go back to her pressure, her forward pace. Right, look at this. The wrestling is not working. She's dominating her there. She has to change it up. She's got to mix it up. If she gets to the end of the round, she has to go forward and try to attack Valentina. Get Valentina fighting on her heels.
Oh, look at this. Crucifix. This is terrible.
Just like Chikagian. Same position. And now she'll just start to batter her away slowly. Just dropping punches.
Priscilla Cachoeira can relate to this treatment in Valentina's flyweight debut.
John, I was grabbing my paper to try to find her name. But I mean, this is exactly what happened to Priscilla, and Valentina is going to beat her up.
Yeah, it looks like she opened her up with one of those elbows.
Big damage.
Stoppage could come here.
Closely.
As it should be.
That's it.
And still, the UFC Flyweight Champion. Is there anyone who has anything for her at 125?
Here we see the takedown. I mean, just one of many. Literally every time she clinched up and fully committed to a takedown, she was able to achieve it. Now here's the end. She cinches up this crucifix position and just batters her with punches, then finally gets to a position where she can elbow. And Big Dan had seen enough. This is just horrific over and over and over again. She's slamming elbows and fists into the face of Jessica Andrade. Almost a merciful stoppage.
Yeah.
Because this fight was just a one-sided beatdown from the start. This woman is fantastic. I mean, she really is something truly special.
Joe, Andrade wasn't going anywhere. I mean, and you know how difficult it is to get to a crucifix position and finish it in a championship fight. Valentina Shevchenko is next level.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 19 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC Flyweight Champion of the world, Valentina "Bullet" Shevchenko.
Trying to shock the mixed martial arts world tonight and end the incredible reign of Valentina Shevchenko. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the UFC. Lauren Murphy is in white. Valentina Shevchenko is in the black and gold, befitting a champion. Two major sources of confidence for Lauren Murphy coming in. Her husband, Joe Murphy, tremendous Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial arts mind, and Paris Lee Moran, the guy who has been emulating Valentina Shevchenko for her in training camp. We'll see. Big right hand for Valentina Shevchenko lands early.
And that's the danger, right? When you're trying to build a plan and how to approach Valentina, if you go forward too much, she's a great counter striker. If you stand on the outside, she just starts to pick you apart.
She'll kick you.
Yeah, so you got to kind of pick your poison when you're in front of her. And you saw it already. Lauren went close, got hit with the right hook. Lauren stayed back, she kicked her in the body. It's a difficult puzzle to solve when you're fighting Valentina.
Shevchenko measured early. Ooh. Fairly fast with that left hand. Murphy a little bit jerky defensively. Certainly has a healthy respect for the power coming back her way.
And Valentina's throwing with a lot more intent than she normally does early. She may think that she can hit Lauren, because at times Lauren is there to be hit. But to this point, Lauren has evaded the big strikes coming her way.
And it will be interesting to see how they match up in terms of physical strength if we get clinch situations.
There we go. Worked out well for the champion. Caught the kick. Murphy did, but got hit with a right hand right off the bat.
But honestly, that scares me, right? Because when you start reaching for kicks down low, she switches it up and goes up high, as we saw against Jessica Eye.
Jennifer Maia was able to extend Shevchenko 25 minutes in her previous title defense prior to the Andrade fight. That was late 2020.
And she might have, and Maia won a round. And we celebrated that so much that she went and showed us that that's not a weakness and fought Andrade in that way.
Right.
So Lauren Murphy, early in this fight, has to get some respect if she wants a chance against Valentina.
Got one right hand that landed on Murphy. You already see the swelling, the redness.
Oh, yeah.
In that left eye.
Murphy has yet to land. Now she has 1 for 12. They gave her credit for that last offering.
Oh, the speed.
And when I was watching the fight, I thought that would be one of the bigger advantages that the champ had, was she's so fast compared to Lauren. Now, Lauren's as tough and durable as they come, but she isn't a quick fighter.
I love that combination, the way she finishes with that leg kick from the lead side.
She's thrown it 3 or 4 times already. She throws that big overhand left, knowing that you're going to avoid her. And when you go back, she throws the kick. Another right hand landed. That eye's starting to close.
Yeah, I was going to say, Murphy dealing with some stuff in and around that left eye.
Oh, big right hook there by the champ.
Murphy staying composed.
They're telling Lauren to circle into the left hand or the right hand, but
that's what she's getting hit with.
Yeah, that's the biggest shot that she's landing right now.
And Valentina does such a good job of finishing her combos with that kick. So even if you think you're getting out of the range of these punches, right there again, she lands that leg kick. Well, missed a little bit there, but the intent was there.
Crypto.com offers the world's most popular crypto card. Spend with the Crypto.com Visa card and get up to 8% back.
I don't like how gunshot she has Lauren Murphy already. Lauren's trying to think her way into the engagements. That is bad. Ooh. You can't think your way into the engagement with someone like Shevchenko.
Yeah, Shevchenko's gaining more and more confidence every time she lands one of her strikes. She is throwing with some intent tonight.
There it is. That's that counter.
And a takedown to boot.
Too easy. Nice little capstone on a dominant first round for Valentina Shevchenko.
And that's great, right? You go into round 2, Murphy survives it, no problem, but you got outstruck, outclassed on the feet, and then just to rub it in, she body lock, takes down, and gets on top.
So Lauren Murphy was not taken down a single time during her 5-fight winning streak. She got floored there. And on the other side, Valentina Shevchenko has a takedown in all of her last 7 wins. Last time she didn't get one, you guessed it, Paul, the Amanda Nunes rematch in 2017.
And that was still a close fight, right? That was a really close fight between her and Amanda. And Amanda's the most dominant champion we've ever seen. Men or women, nobody's dominating the way Amanda has.
And again, Valentina Shevchenko has a big win over Juliana Pena, a finish in a main event. Amanda Nunes has that challenge on her schedule now.
And honestly, I feel like Juliana's one of the tougher fights left for Amanda because she's such a gamer and she doesn't care.
As mean a woman as we have on the roster. Dean Thomas, what do you have?
You know, it seems counterintuitive for her to go to her left, but that's the way she probably should go because that's the lesser of two evils. Because that right hand, although it's a problem, it's not going to be as much of a problem as that left kick or the right hand, because she's not even seeing that left hand come. It's coming up a little bit short, but she's not even seeing that hand come.
Okay, that's why you're the coach, Dean. That's my boy back there.
See if Murphy can make something of this. She's got her pressed up against the fence on a single leg.
Try to get that takedown. We saw Jennifer Maia. Once she got her to the ground, she was able to control her, but Valentina limped knee out of that.
90 seconds gone by round 2.
You take your knee over the lock, and then you point it towards the mat, and then your foot follows it.
Murphy pays nearly every time she tries to engage. Unofficially, she's 4 of 30 on her significant strike attempts.
And from day one, we saw how great a counter striker Valentina was. Lauren's got to get to the clinch and really just close the distance, make the engagements chest to chest.
There's that counter right hook again from the champion.
Left hand high, left hand high. You gotta watch the check on the left and the high kick on the right. Go nuts with this too.
Shevchenko seeing things well defensively. Murphy having a hard time mustering anything that resembles effective offense here.
So strong.
Yes, she is. I mean, that was beautiful. She got to the body lock, stepped inside with the right leg as she torqued her off to that side, rotated her down to the ground, and finds herself back in top position.
Under 2 minutes here to go round 2. Murphy, a jiu-jitsu brown belt. And one of the stronger flyweights, yet unable to provide any resistance on those first 2 secured takedowns from Shevchenko.
because the problem is you can't just have the same strength as Valentina. You've also got to have the same skill set to match that, right?
Yep.
Because you saw her there. She got stuck. Okay, got the body lock, didn't get that initial takedown. She made adjustments immediately to get it to the ground.
Seems like Joe Murphy trying to lean into the positives that Lauren is not taking major damage here.
Well, yeah, that is a good thing, right? When there's not much good, you point to that and you tell your fighter things that are going in her direction. But the reality is she's flat on her back. You could never get up when your back is that flat. You've got to start getting to a hip, building to a side. It's the shoulder pressure of Shevchenko. Look at how Lauren Murphy's look how she's looking over to the right. Valentina's almost like baiting her to go in the direction of her head, then she'll take her back. And the only reason Shevchenko has not passed to the mount is because Murphy's doing a good job of hooking with her right leg at times. She got to her hip, tried to go deep half guard, but Valentina blocked that, killed it immediately.
Nice elbows towards the end of the round.
Ma'am, are you ready? Ma'am, are you ready? Fight.
All right, Joe Murphy keeping it positive in the corner of Lauren. They believe they will have an opening. Unofficially 5 for 38 on the significant strike. Shevchenko 27 of 62 with a couple takedowns.
Yeah, John, that's those situations, right, where you're not being completely honest with your fighter. He's telling her how good she's doing, but it's like, what is the expectation?
Well, what's the goal?
Yeah, what's the expectation of this fight? To not get finished?
Right.
Or to go and win a championship? Because what happened in the first 10 minutes does not get you a title.
Right. No.
So you can't really gauge that as a positive first 2 rounds.
And that's sometimes why you hear us say when you have a minus 1,500 favorite, we talk about the underdog maybe taking a few chances, bordering on that recklessness just to try to sort of, you know, bridge that gap.
But that means that they're trying to win. You know, right now, Lauren Murphy, she wants to win the fight, but she hasn't made the sacrifices or commitments to anything that's going to give her a true chance.
That's fun to watch.
Yeah. She has survived, though.
It's amazing to hear the rest of the roster just glow about Valentina Shevchenko. You know, she has an effect on you elite athletes that few of these other fighters have.
Because she's phenomenal. When she's on, there you go, look at that. She's just always ready for whatever is coming at her in the cage. Beautiful body kick.
She sat on that right hook that time, boy.
Yeah, and it's making Murphy not even want to close that distance anymore. She doesn't want to get in there because every time she's getting countered.
She gets countered.
But she's got to get through that right hook and try to then land her own off of it. Otherwise, she's just going to have this happen for the next, 15 minutes.
She's getting picked apart right now. And Lauren's tough. Lauren's a tough girl, like she says. Tough woman. But right now she is behind the 8 ball. Maybe like 3 8-balls stacked in a row.
Yeah, a lot of 8 balls. Under 3 minutes here to go in round 3 of a possible 5. Alexander Volkanovski, Brian Ortega waiting in the wings. Valentina Shevchenko turned pro in 2003. We talk a lot about her head coach, Pavel Fedotov. He was mixing the martial arts way before it was cool. And Shevchenko very much talks like a champion that wants to fight until she can't walk anymore.
Why not?
Right.
Why not? I mean, we've seen fights before where she's won and she's been dominant, but she hasn't put them away, right? But the problem is when you're as good as she is, you start to expect things. And right now, man, she's dominating Lauren Murphy. But after watching what she did to Andrade, you expected the fight to, look a little different to this point. So maybe we're judging her unfairly a bit, but that's just what comes with being a dominant champ like that.
Gave her a Superman
right back.
punch right back.
You know, we watched a title fight very recently where I said, this is the greatest single performance I've seen in a challenger. And I can't remember who it was, but somebody just beat the crap out of the champion the entire 25 minutes. And that's what you got to do, Paul. When you're going in there as a challenger, you got to go take it from the champ, because you got to put, it was Moreno, right? It was Moreno, the way he beat Davis.
Well, he finished him, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's like, oh yeah, he finished him. But he beat him up the whole time. And it's a matter of going after the champion and putting doubt, because if you don't put doubt in the champion's mind, they're going to just continue to do what they do, and that's win. Because winners win.
And Valentina is not doing anything surprising. She's doing her bread and butter move. She's throwing that, you know, right jab, left hand, kick, couple body kicks, couple takedowns when she needs them. But she's going to keep doing that because she's having success with it.
Final 30 seconds of this third round. We'll see if Shevchenko goes for a late takedown as she did in rounds 1 and 2. Body kick is there. And it seems like when she desires to wrap her hands around Lauren Murphy, she is able to do that very easily.
Well, she's timing her entries. Every time Lauren throws something with intent, she misses big. So Valentina just level changes and takes her back.
Showing you Valentina Shevchenko's handiwork in round 3. Championship rounds are upon us. Let's see if Lauren Murphy has an uptick in her aggression here late in the fight.
I don't like it, Paulie. I don't like the direction coming out of the corner of Lauren Murphy. You see that a lot in boxing, where the guys, they coach their sons and they aren't willing to tell them what's really happening. And I feel like that's what's happening in the Murphy corner right now. They're doing her a disservice, not being honest with her.
Yeah, to say you're doing good in the clinch, you're not. Getting taken down.
And she didn't carry herself this week as someone who was just happy to be here.
So no, she did not. We saw it earlier, right? I mean, you know, my memory is gone by the end. But earlier we saw a fight where it got into the third round. Oh, it was the kid that fought against Dan Hooker. It was Nasrat. Faraz told him, hey, you got to finish him.
Was that a slip?
I believe so. Well, and even earlier on, Cody Brundage.
Yeah.
Against Nick Maximo, right?
Maximo. Hey, you got to finish.
Yeah, so it looked as though Murphy stepped on Shevchenko's foot there a moment ago.
Foot placement, conventional versus southpaw.
Yeah,
that happens
all the
sometimes.
time.
Yep.
Beautiful jab there from Shevchenko. She just sees everything. Ooh. And Edson Barboza, maybe she isn't, but man, she gets that foot to the target with lightning speed.
She might be faster. She's not as powerful.
A lot of kicks, man. Now she's starting to really go with the kicks, because Murphy's done a pretty good job of avoiding the hands. So now Valentina needs to open up all those kicks that she has in her arsenal.
There it is.
And she landed all 3 of those. And therein lies the problem, right? Lauren decided to go. In mid-attack, she had to pause because she knew the counter was coming. And then she took the shot and never truly committed to what she was going to do.
Shevchenko has been inches away from a potential fight ender upstairs over the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, she's throwing those front kicks up the middle with bad intent, and that left head kick coming around the side.
Well, and you heard Joe Murphy say to Lauren, oh, right hand there, kick, Murphy on the ropes. Big left hand. Could be the beginning of the end here.
The check right hook got her. Eventually it got her, Paul.
I think the champ's got to just get some separation here.
The check right hook got her, man. She kept going in that direction, and she took you right on the chin.
Oh, huge ground strikes.
Valentina's starting to unleash here. She knows how bad she's hurt. She's got to just stay busy here.
But Lauren's doing a good job of collecting her right wrist. It's saving her. She should have just stood up, Paul, like you said.
I agree. I think if she just made her get back up, it would have been over.
Still plenty of time with which to work here, round 4.
I think Shevchenko should try to switch to mount and really start hammering down with these shots. Now she's starting to really let these elbows go. You see the face of Murphy,
you see
not happy.
Murphy. She does not like those.
Oh, big elbows. That'll do it. And still the undisputed best in the world. Get her another ruby for the belt.
All right, here's that right hook, that check hook that me and DC have been talking about all night. She's landed it at will. Every time she threw it, she connected. Every time Murphy tried to close the distance, that right hand was waiting for her, and that one caught right on the ear, right behind the ear, and took her equilibrium. And then the champion does what she does best when she has you hurt, and she was relentless. She got the fight to the ground. We were saying maybe that's a mistake. She knew better than us, of course. She gets on top in half guard and starts hammering away with this ground and pound. And Keith Peterson is no nonsense. He had seen enough.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Keith Peterson has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes of round number 4, declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC Flyweight Champion of the world, Valentina "Bullet" Shevchenko.
Be ready. Fight!
Santos in white, Valentina Shevchenko in the black and gold, befitting a champion.
Santos said this week that, like Valentina, she's also a slow starter, takes time to make reads, download data, which I understand her analysis of that, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea to be happy about being a slow starter. It's usually an issue.
Oh,
see, look at that, the precision.
that's the problem, right?
So fast.
She's such a great counter striker. I think that's what people miss. She's got a great counter right hook. She does a really good job of staying right out of range and landing her strikes. She's such a good counter striker that it's hard to attack her.
Well, look at her. She's standing there in that stance. Tyler tried to kick, slid out the way. Tyler tried to punch, moved back, boom, made her pay. That's what you got to do. Make them miss, make them pay. And Shevchenko is just ridiculously good at doing that.
Universal Pictures The Black Phone, starring Ethan Hawke, in theaters June 24th.
Checked that kick.
Shevchenko had even more of an edge to her this week in our fighter meetings than in previous championship defenses. 90 seconds have gone by in round 1. Spinning attack from Shevchenko, just out of range.
I really feel like that's because she recognizes the challenge ahead of her. She has made Tyler Santos so dangerous that she is almost bitter and wants to really dominate him.
This is going to be interesting. Often we see Tyler dominate these positions. And of course, as we know, Shevchenko's very good here as well. Extremely strong and technical. I'm curious to see who's the victor of this position.
Well, right now, Valentina's winning. She's got the underhook high. She's controlling. She's using her head to try and break the posture of Santos. You see Santos almost dropping her weight towards the ground.
And
she's trying to find a way to get her hands back inside to get to one underhook.
And now she's got double underhooks and probably going to get a takedown now. She's landed a couple of good knees as well.
Shevchenko's timing usually impeccable. Soft warning perhaps there from referee Jason Herzog. We've crossed the midpoint of round 1.
Santos is going to twist her hips one way aggressively, and that will create a little opening on the other side to pummel an underhook in.
There you go. She's got to bring her hands up under her chin, Mike.
Wait, just can't, yeah, that's another way.
She's got to push her face towards the ceiling.
But see,
yeah,
where the shoulder is, if she pivots a little bit more, it will create a little opening.
Because right now she's stuck. And it's the physical strength of Valentina that's allowing her to just keep her pressed up against the side of the octagon.
And how about that? Shevchenko, a little slipper. She tried to take Santos down. And Alcala trying to work off of Shevchenko's back.
And this is amazing. Got the back, got the neck crank so far. Can she get it under the chin? And this is what I said to Valentina. I said at some point, when you zig, when you should have zagged. You go when you should have weaved. You go for a takedown and make a mistake and lose balance. Things can happen. Are you aware of this? Do you ever allow yourself to think about these possibilities?
Look at Tyler. Tyler's nasty.
She said no. And let's remember, the last victory for Tyler Santos was a rear naked choke over Joanne Wood.
But this isn't, she doesn't have the choke here.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, but she's doing
But she has the body triangle, Daniel.
Yes.
He has full control right now.
Yes, but
and she has a minute left.
But you can't waste the energy squeezing the neck, knowing that Valentina, if she gets through the round, is going to be back on her feet bouncing.
Yeah, but you've got to go for it.
Yes.
She's in the best position she could possibly be in. What are you saying? Don't go for it because I might get tired?
No,
You've got to go for it.
I'm saying keep attacking it the right way. Valentina's doing a good job of controlling the offhand. She's not allowing Tyler to work with both hands.
They're good shots.
Santos still cranking. She has upset the breathing pattern of Shevchenko.
No, she's let it. But with the arm extended like that, Santos could switch to an armbar, and that would be dangerous for Shevchenko.
Santos maintaining that body lock late in the round. I'm not sure how much energy she has expended squeezing. More cranking here early on.
I mean, she's generating a lot of force from her back with those shots. And that's the end of the round coming up. But a good opening round for the challenger.
Can Tyler Santos shock the world?
I mean, tremendous corner work by the Santos team. Said exactly what she needs to hear. It is a takedown. That's what she does need. Reminded her nobody else has ever done this, trying to give her confidence. And he's absolutely right. You do have two eyes.
Nobody's been this close, right? Nobody's put...
Right.
She said she wanted to make Valentina feel uncomfortable, something she hasn't felt in a long time. Well, she definitely has.
Those combinations are so dangerous, though, by Shevchenko. I mean, the power on those punches, the ferocity at which she throws.
Yes. Listen, Valentina is so skilled. We know that, right? That's why she's defended this belt 7 times. And now she recognizes that she's behind, and she is fighting like that. She's fighting with a ton of urgency. And I think tonight we're learning something about Valentina.
Oh, beautiful combination. And that goes with the shot from Santos.
No way. I mean, this is crucial now. This could determine who wins this fight, who wins this position, and it's Tyler Santos on top. It seems that Joanna, her blueprint is to go forward, be aggressive, and then always just go to a takedown. She needs to break that habit. It's that reason why she continues to get taken down.
Yes, when she gets close, she goes to that headlock. But because she's been so good at it, she's been so good at when she gets on top, controlling her opponent.
She's going to lose position.
She's going to lose that here.
That might keep it. She's got the 2 hooks in. If she can control this, I mean, that's impressive all by itself.
Good job by the champ there.
Shevchenko slips out just over 3 minutes to go. Santos hasn't missed when she has attempted a takedown thus far. One more could produce a world title. You just never know.
The question is this: does Shevchenko need a stoppage to win this fight? It comes down to the 3rd round, which is very, very close. No question. And 5 so far is Shevchenko. 1 and 2
yes,
Santos, without doubt.
That right hand appeared to briefly stun Santos.
I think round 3, man, Santos with the takedown, back control, submission attempts. It would seem that way, but I don't know. We got that.
We're not here to judge.
No, we aren't. But we got that. We got the seminar. We'll have a better idea coming up very shortly.
Big takedown for Shevchenko. Plenty of time here with which to work. 2.5 minutes to go in the fight. Working inside the half guard of Tyler Santos.
And that was a really nice takedown, executed well. She needs to maybe pass to mount some kind of position where she can rain down some blows and get a finish. Because what this might do here is burn the clock.
Yeah,
engage in these grappling positions, and neither person can get the upper hand. Time is going to tick away.
If you're Santos, you're actually happy to be here, especially if you feel like you won the first few rounds.
Shevchenko staying heavy, applying shoulder pressure there. A fascinating championship fight, to say the least, coming down to the final two. Open-handed strike for Shevchenko. Continuing to work here on Taila Santos.
You know, and when scoring this, you know, round 2 is the one that was very close, right? That was the one Valentina fought well, and then in the very end, she got taken down. That was the one that's going to determine who wins this fight.
All right, 1 minute now to go.
I mean, this is a really good dominant round.
Yeah,
now.
for the champion, right?
Yeah,
you
yeah, of course.
You got to know what you got to do.
And it's a strong position, and it's a great way to finish the fight.
And for Santos, she's so compromised with the eye, right, that she's more than happy to accept this position.
Nah, she can't accept this, though. The world title's at stake.
No, for sure, but look at her. She doesn't have the urgency she had earlier.
Right
Remember
now,
how well she was able to scramble out of those positions. Now, Valentina's looking to go to an arm triangle.
If it wasn't for the fence, she could have gone for a head and arm, but that fence is Valentina's enemy right now.
Some of that can be chalked up to fatigue.
Yes, she looked tired.
But there is no doubt both of these women have brought out the best in each other. Taila Santos has risen and then some to the challenge. Late pass there from Valentina Shevchenko, certainly showing her championship heart and medal down the stretch.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Howard Hughes scores the contest, 48-47, Shevchenko. David Lethelby scores it, 48-47, Santos. And Clemens Werner scores the contest, 49-46, for the winner by split decision, and still the undisputed UFC Flyweight Champion of the world, Valentina Shevchenko.